Welcome back. It's been a while. I've been offline for a while, and there's a few reasons for that, so stick around and I'll tell you what's been going on at Cambrian View Farm. So why the delay in making a video? Well, a number of reasons. It's been quite wet and cold and windy and snowy outside here in mid Wales in the UK, and it's been quite difficult to film. So I don't have a greenhouse to film in, or a barn with lighting or power. And we're renovating the 1930s bungalow that we've bought, and to be honest with you, it's not really possible to film much of it because it's all a bit needs a bit of a tidy up. So I'm trying a new method which I saw that one of my people I follow on YouTube, You Can't Eat the Grass, which is an American channel, very good, and she'd used a green screen, which is what you see behind me. Well, I thought that worked really well. So in the winter months, which is pretty much November to February, March, is a pretty good idea because I can film in my room and use the green screen and show some nice backgrounds of what's been going on at the farm. Anyway, so that's the reason for not posting too much. So it's a bit late in the day, 3 months into 2023, but I thought it was time to reflect on what we've learnt in 2022 and our plans for 2023. So what did we learn in 2022? Well, we learned an awful lot. We moved here to West Wales in January 2022, and that was followed by about 5 storms of varying severity. Fast forward to sort of springtime when the weather was better. I tend to go at 100 miles an hour, so I wanted pigs, sheep, ducks, hens, bees, what else? That's it for now. And we did all that. We did really well. We learned an awful lot. So we had 5 Black Welsh Mountain sheep. We had 2 Balwen sheep. We didn't get on with the Balwen. I'll tell you reasons for that later. Well, what I'll do is go through each animal. So if you're new to smallholding or you're thinking about doing it in the UK or elsewhere, from our experience, this is what we learned. So I'll start off with the sheep. We went for Black Welsh Mountain sheep and Balwen sheep. The Black Welsh Mountain are pure black. The Balwen have a white face, white part of the white face. The Balwen we found very flighty, maybe where they came from. We bought them all at auction. We found them very flighty, so we sold them on. And the Black Welsh Mountain we've stuck with. They're very hardy for the Welsh weather and good mothers, and I love seeing them on the field. They make a great contrast to the green field that we have here. And a lot of the sheep around here are Texel, like cross. It's nice to see. I think it's nice to see a different breed. They're really, really good. So we've got 10 Black Welsh Mountain sheep. We've got 1 ram, 9 ewes, and they're doing really well. We love having them around. Fantastic. Highly recommended. They're pretty self-sufficient, so don't need too much attention at the moment. Just go about their day. They sleep pretty much during the day, eat when we feed them in the morning and the afternoon. Fantastic. We love them. Pigs. We did overdo it on the pigs. We ended up with 8 pigs at one time, far too many. I got carried away with the Oxford Sanding Black, which we had 4 of those. We had 2 Gloucester Spot, fantastic. And we had 2 Mangalitsa, which is a kind of a Hungarian breed. The Oxford Sanding Black we found, they dug quite a lot, and I liked them, but I just found the Gloucester Spot slightly more docile, and they do less digging up of the ground. So that's why we'll probably stick with Gloucester Spot. We're now down to 2 Mangalitsa. All the rest have been processed and are in our freezer. So we'll probably stick in the future to Gloucester Old Spot. Questionable as to whether we'd keep them over winter. It's not fun keeping pigs over winter. They really trash the ground. Well, the Oxford Standing Black do, and it's just a lot of hard work when the ground's really muddy and the rain's going horizontally. So we will review that for 2023. Hens, we've got a variety of hens. We sell them at the gate. Ever so thankful to our customers who are buying them. Really appreciate that. It's lovely to have support from locals. So that means an awful lot to us, so thank you. Ducks, we'll keep hens certainly. It's great. Ducks, we keep Aylesbury and Muscovy. Again, keen on the Aylesbury, less so on the Muscovy. Muscovy, they're the black and white, quite large. I don't know, just not so taken with them. The Aylesbury I love, pure white, fantastic, very, very docile, very friendly. Certainly have more ducks, big demand for ducks to be sold, and also for duck eggs actually. We've got a waiting list for people wanting duck eggs, so we'll carry on with doing that, but probably just keep the Aylesbury. Bees, we had our first nuke of Buckfast bees from BS in Gloucestershire, and they've done very well. They're in a hive at the bottom of the field, and they're obviously pretty much hibernating now. I did see them out the other day when it wasn't raining and they were buzzing around. So hopefully we'll have some honey this year. Certainly going to get a second hive. Went to the beekeeping show in Telford, and we bought another national hive, so we will get another nuke of bees. No honey last year, hoping to get honey this year. Bees are fine, great, love having them. They just do their thing, amazing creatures. So hopefully we'll get some honey from them, make some mead and candles and all sorts. Turkeys we tried, we had 2 turkeys, and they were Norfolk Bronze, cross Bourbon Red. Again, loved having them, really docile, really friendly, fine with all the other animals. They're like big dinosaurs wandering around. They're fantastic. They're really good, very friendly. Yeah, nice, calm, docile animals, no problem at all. We processed them just before Christmas. We did keep them a bit too long, so they were starting to lay down a bit of fat, which is not ideal. We had one for Christmas, delicious. We cooked it with about an inch of water in the base of the tin, covered it with foil, cooked it. It was melt in the mouth. It was fantastic. And the other one, I think, is still in the freezer. This year, we want to try Bourbon Red. It's not a hugely popular variety in the UK, but I would love to be able to grow 20-30 Bourbon Red turkeys, because everyone seems to be breeding Norfolk Bronze and Norfolk Black, which are fine, but you know all the supermarkets do it and everyone does it. I want somebody to do something a bit different, so I'd love to do Bourbon Red. Amazing looking plumage was the word I'm looking for. So I'd love to try and find some of them, certainly maybe a breeding pair, and see how we get on. Turkeys definitely do again. Animals we're not doing, at the moment goats we're not doing, we haven't tried goats, we're not quite ready for the infrastructure yet. We're winding back on the pigs a little bit. So that's kind of 2022. We learnt an awful lot, absolutely loved every minute of it, despite the lousy weather, but that's fine, we'll deal with it. This year, very excited to start the market garden, which we didn't get time to do last year, work commitments and everything else. So market garden, fruit and veg, we want to do, I've got this mad cap idea of doing cut flowers. So we're going to keep some of the ploughed land we've got for cut flowers and see how that works. So that's pretty good. Also want to try driftwood gifts. So we live near the sea, about 25 minutes from the coast. And I want to try driftwood kind of arts, crafts things, so like boats and kind of items for your mantelpiece or bookcase that we could we could create for people. So we want to do that. What else? What else? What else? Flowers, market veg, driftwood, cut flowers. So yeah, it's been a really steep learning curve in terms of things that have gone wrong. The sheep kept jumping over our netting into the neighbour's field, which was a bit embarrassing. So we had to go around and apologise. And it was a ram that kept escaping. We called him Johnny. And they were very friendly. They came around and rounded him up. So now he's got a few more lady friends. He's a bit more calm and he stays in our kind of compound. So that's a bit more secure. What else didn't go to plan? We need to sort out the watering. So at the moment we've kind of a IBC tank with a hose down to the pigs. That's fine. It works on kind of gravity, so it's gravity fed into the water buckets, water tubs as it were. But in winter the yellow hose pipe freezes, so you're bucketing stuff down from the IBC to the pigs. It's not a huge way, but in winter when it's cold and wet and slippery, it's kind of not ideal. So you want to sort out the watering system a bit better. The pigs trashed the electric fence within about 3 months of us putting it up, so it was too low probably around their enclosure. So we've raised it about probably a foot, nearly 2 foot above the ground. Just one strand. That seems to be working a lot better. They're certainly not digging around the edges now. We've got a nice shelter for them, so they're away from the wind and the rain, and they're fine in there. We'll let one kind of enclosure just rejuvenate and rest that one, reseed it, and we'll keep the other one going for now. And when those 2 pigs have gone, the Mangalitsa's, we will reseed that one as well. What else do we need to do? We need to get the bee enclosure a little bit more secure. So it's got fencing around, obviously, because we don't want the sheep to get it. I want to, quite a few things to do. We've got a greenhouse just arrived, so we need to put that up somewhere safe. And it's got the polycarbonate sheets rather than the glass panels. We've had previous experience of glass panels, and if the wind gets in the door, the wind blows around, it can shatter the glass, or the glass blows out. So we've learnt from that. We're using polycarbonate sheets for the greenhouse. So that's what we'll do for that. Feel free to buy us a coffee or buy me a coffee. There's a link on the in the bio if you want to support the channel. And thank you for all our new subscribers. We've did a bit of a push on Facebook, promoting YouTube. So thanks ever so much that's following us and subscribing. It means an awful lot to us. I'm never going to be a millionaire doing YouTube videos, but it's immensely satisfying. I love making them, and it's lovely when we get nice comments and people enjoy watching them, and I really appreciate your support. So thank you ever so much to our new subscribers, and for those that continue to watch us. Apologies for the radio silence the last few months, but hopefully I've explained why that is. Hopefully going forward, if this setup make it a bit better, works out okay, I'll try and produce maybe a video once every couple of weeks. So I think that's it for now. Thanks ever so much for watching, and I shall see you in the next video.